philosophy. So, first of all, before starting the Machiavelli's concept and the philosophy, I think that we should know some basic information about the Machiavelli, where he was born and what kind of condition was there, and how he was normal human being and how he converted to become as a philosopher. So we need to understand his context, his situation, as we have discussed in the textual and the contextual approach. So, as all of you are aware about the fact that Machiavelli was born in the Florence in the 1469, and he has taken the birth in a what you call neither rich nor very poor family. Means you can say that middle class family was there, and during that period of the time his state the Florence was very good enough, and it was means it had the what you call prosperity was there. Means there was no famine, no civil war, no such kind of situation was there, so he was living in a very beautiful, or you can say that, good state. His father was a lawyer, so you can understand that he must be having for example, when we see that why we see the cricket children always be cricketer, or the engineer's son is always been the engineer, because after the birth of during the time of birth we see that person always influenced with those kind of things. So same thing like with the Machiavelli. His father was a lawyer, so he has listened so many legal things during that period of the time, and due to that he has generated his interest in the education. And at the age of 29, Machiavelli has entered into the public service in the government, and he was become as a diplomat. He went to many several countries to become as a what you call the suggestion. And all of you must be aware about the fact that he was the what you call advisor of the great Alexander during that period of the time. So you can understand that period of the time, that how the Machiavelli was a person who has started his career as a kind of ambassador, or you can say that advisor. So he has started his career in the model of as an advisor, and during that period of the time, what you call the state was going through a very different stage. What kind of stage was there? All of you can recall one thing: during the 15th century, the world was moving towards the industrialization. The world was moving towards the Renaissance. Means every day, every time there was new scientific development was going on, and along with this, we can see that how the industrialization has made a very big change in our society. Now all the people have started thinking towards more scientific or scientific basis. So you can say that he was the person who was born during the period of Renaissance, or during the period of the industrialization, and he was very much influenced by that also. For example, all of us are in the era of mobile phone. So you can find that most of the children whosoever will born, like my son, he is just 2.5 year old, but he knows that how to open the mobile phone and how to run the app and all. So can you imagine my parents, they can't able to handle the mobile phone, but my son, who is just 2.5 year old, he is capable enough to open mobile phone and also do the call without understanding the words. He don't know the name of what you call, what is the R stands for, SANTOS, how can I write that term, but he is aware about the fact that whose phone number is this one. And so you can understand that how the time is changing, and according to the time, the children always try to adopt those situations. Same thing was there during the Machiavelli's period. Machiavelli was the man of Renaissance, and he has taken the what you call birth during a period when the Galileo had, and Copernicus, they have made a very important contribution in terms of the science, that it is not the what you call, it is not the earth, it is not the sun which revolves around the earth, but it is earth which revolves around the sun. So he falsified the notion. So you can understand that this is just one example, that during that period of the time, the scientific intervention, scientific research or the scientific development has started, has initiated. So he was very much influenced by that factor. And apart from that, after developing those signs, you can realize that person always moves away from the ethics or the values. You will always find that the person who is more scientific in nature, the person hardly believe on dogmas or doctrines kind of thing, which is related to the prayers and all. You will find that person is more calculus, person is more reason based or rational person will be there. So you can find it out those kind of things. Same thing had been applied on the Machiavelli. If you will study his philosophy, you will find it out that how he has utilized the ethics, how he has utilized the emotions or the values for the cause of state, for the cause of reason. He has said that ethics is very important. He has never denied that ethics, values, norms are not important. He said that we are human beings, we need to utilize the ethics and the emotions for in a very positive manner. I will discuss you later on when the state theory he has discussed. Along with this, during his period of the time, the state was controlled by the Pepsi, means the kind of monarch kind of regime was there, and during that period of the time, the feudal system was not very strong. The landlord or the owners of the landlord were not very strong. They were started weakening, and during that period of the time, he has witnessed those things. Means there was very powerful kingdom was there, and but the Italy was divided into the small parts, like the Plato has talked about. So during his period of the time, his state was divided into the small part. So he had one or two ambition was there. First, he wanted to make the state powerful. Means he had only one. First vision was how can I make the unification of Italy and how can I make the Italy as a strong state first. Second, he has talked about how can I what decisions need to be taken by the ruler, what decisions need to be taken by the prince. So we can read or we will discuss his two important works in this regard. One is the prince, where he has given the suggestions to the ruler or what you call the state owner or state people, that what kind of decision how the state can be ruled. In the other book, the discourses on the levy, he has talked about what kind of method, what kind of techniques we need to follow to make the or to establish the unity within the state. What are those important method? What are those techniques we need to follow? So we can say that these are the factors which has influenced the Machiavelli. Here, one thing I would like to tell you that during that period of the time, the Machiavelli has also experienced some very different thing, very different phase in his life. He was what we call he was punished by his by the what we call the French was when the French was defeated by the Spanish. So Medici has restored the power. So it has been said that there is a kind of Machiavelli role is there. So he exiled from his state and he removed because he had the chances that he may be punished or he must be imprisoned or tortured. So he left that state. So you can realize that these things Machiavelli has faced during that period of time. Now, moving ahead, I would like to discuss you the what kind of methodology, like the Plato we have discussed, that how the Plato was very much idealistic, Aristotle was very pragmatic or empirical in nature, and he has applied more experimental kind of thing. So we can see that Machiavelli, he had introduced a new science of the politics. What is the new science of the politics is that it is not only the concern related to good or evil, what is good or bad is there, but he has tried to identify the truth on the basis of emotions and the values. He has never said that we need to follow the religion. He has never said that we need to do the stop doing the prayer. But he has said that we need to do the prayer, we need to celebrate the religion for the unity of the state, for the prosperity of the state. We should not have to be what you call follow the things by closed eye, or blindly we need to follow those things. He said that we need to celebrate the religion as a religion is there. Religion is very important thing, but religion is not the thing which is during that period of the time the religion has captured the power in the state, or religion is a important institution. You can imagine the fact that how during that period of the time the church, nobody had the power to question the church. Whatsoever the church clergy has said, those things are become as a law. So nobody had the power to question or to raise the questions in front of the church. But it was the Machiavelli who has taken this initiative that the church is very important. He said the church is not important, the religion is not important. He said religion is important, but it should be, it should work in its own sphere. It should do the work in its own area. It should not do the work outside its domain. So he was talking about in that manner. So you can realize that he has he has utilized the what we call the religion for the positive purpose rather than the negative work. Means he has said that religion is important. We need to use the religion to maintain the unity among the people, to celebrate the life, to enjoy the life. But it doesn't mean that on the name of religion we can kill any person, or we can kill any animal, or we can kill anything. So his a concept of the related to the religion is very different, and he said that religion should not interfere or intervene in the matters of the state, because religion is totally illiterate in the terms that how we can run the state, what are those decisions or the laws should be there. The religion should work in its own sphere. It should not intervene in the matters of the state. So he was talking about. So you can say that how he has said that reason should be utilized without using the divine rule and the divine law, or without on the basis of ethics. He said that reason can be used to understand the situation. Means the ethics can be used to understand the situation. Means if you want to understand the pain of any person, the pain can only be understand or understood only on the basis of when we can feel it, when we can observe it, rather than in a quantity basis. It must be in the qualitative basis. So he was talking about in that manner. So I hope that you must have got the idea that he was very skillful person, and he was aware about the fact that how we can utilize the religion as well as the reason, how we can utilize the emotions and the reason. So he has made given the preference to both the things. The next thing which we can see in his philosophy, that he was trying to establish a very stable state. He has said that how we can establish a very stable state. He said that this thing can only be possible when state can take the correct decision or correct work in a correct order. So now the question is how the state can do the work in a correct direction or the correct area. So he has said that the state should take the decision on the basis of reason rather than the religion. Means religion should not intervene. Religion should not intervene in the matters of the state, or state matters or the state activities. So Machiavelli has talked about that religion is important, but religion should not intervene in the matters of the state. So so this thing has been mentioned by the Machiavelli. Apart from that, what Machiavelli has said, you can understand that how he has separated the reason with the emotions or the religion. First thing, So you can realize that how scientific he was, how he has started thinking on the basis of the science. So he was very what you call the scientific nature person. Means I can say that Aristotle had a very different kind of method. The Aristotle was believed that we can do the study. He was like a scholar, research scholar kind of thing, that who used to do the study of 10 books. After reading the 10 books, he tried to conclude that thing, what is the good and the bad. But Machiavelli was very empirical person. He was not the scientist like the Aristotle. So whatsoever the decision has been taken by the Machiavelli, that was based on his naked eyes rather than the books or the scientific kind of facts or the things. So he has taken all the decision on the basis of empirical evidence, whatsoever he observed. And he was not like the Plato, that we can create ideal state where the philosopher king can be, should be there. So you can realize that he was the person who talked about that liberty to all the persons should be there. But he said that all the person are here in the state to make the state powerful. Means the role of the all the individual is to make the state powerful. In this regard, the role of the ruler is very important, the role of the prince is very important. He said that prince is here not for the self, prince is here for the state. Means the prince is here for the state, the prince is important for the state. So he has talked about in that manner. So you can say, you can see in that manner. I'm getting one just call.